students, welcome to Earth Educational Channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to anyone joining at any of the time. Okay, so in the previous 3 videos of polynomials we have covered a lot of things, but today we are going to start with what? Factorization of polynomials. Today we will learn factorization of polynomials. Okay, so in this chapter of polynomials we have looked what are polynomials, what polynomials are called, what are they made of, that is algebraic expressions. Okay, what is polynomial in one variable, what are the conditions to verify whether they are a polynomial in one variable or not. We have also seen what is zero of a polynomial and how to find the zero of a polynomial. We have also seen remainder theorem. Okay, remainder theorem also in the previous video. In the third video we have seen what is remainder theorem. So related to remainder theorem, okay, related to remainder theorem there is factorization of polynomial. Okay, these two things are related. Remainder theorem and factorization of polynomials are what? They are related. So we will look into it, look into factorization of polynomial today. Okay, so before starting factorization of polynomial, I want to revise the concept of remainder theorem, because since I said that remainder theorem and factor theorem are related. Okay, so I want to revise the concepts. So what is remainder theorem? See, yesterday I told if Px be a polynomial, okay, Px is what? Px is a polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1. So Px is a polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1 and a be any real number. Okay, so it is saying that if Px is divided by the linear polynomial x minus a, the remainder is P of a. Okay, what does this mean? So again I am telling you what I said yesterday also. Okay, Px is what? Px is any polynomial, okay, of degree greater than equals to 1. This is the polynomial. A is a real number. Okay, a is a real number. We are taking a polynomial x minus a, another polynomial x minus a. Okay, this polynomial we are going to divide. P of x is divided by x minus a. You are getting it? P of x is divided by what? P of x is divided by x minus a. Okay, x minus a is 0. Is 0 of x minus a. 0 of x minus a is what? A. 0 of x minus a is a. So we are saying that the division of p of x by x minus a, division of p of x by x minus a is what? The remainder of this division is equals to what? P of a. P of a means the value of the dividend, that is the polynomial, the value of the polynomial at the 0 of the divisor. The value of the polynomial at the 0 of the divisor. That only it is saying. It is saying that Px be any polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1 and a is any real number. Then if Px is divided by linear polynomial x minus a, means Px is divided by x minus a. This x minus a polynomial's 0 value is a. 0 of x minus a is a. Okay, so it is saying that the remainder is, if you divide p of x by x minus a, the remainder value will be what? Remainder value is p of a. That means the value of the polynomial at the 0 value of the divisor. That is what? X minus a. Okay, so now in the last class also we checked how to find. Here the question is, one question is given. The question is what? Check whether this polynomial is a multiple of 2t plus 1 or not. Okay, so let us solve this again for our revision. See, I have already said about it in the previous lecture also, that factor or polynomial is only possible if what? If remainder is 0. See, factor or polynomial is only possible if remainder is 0. If remainder is not 0, we cannot say that the dividend and the divisors are factor or polynomial. Okay, if remainder is not 0, so we cannot say that we cannot say that the remainder, the divisor and the dividend are factor or polynomial. Okay, so how do you want to find the remainder? We have already seen from remainder theorem that if p of x is divided by x minus a, the remainder is p of a. Okay, instead of x plus a, Instead of x minus a, here what it is written? It is written 2t plus 1. Or it is written 2t plus 1. Okay. So how we are going to solve that? We need, instead of x minus a, what is that? We need 0 of 2t plus 1. 0 of 2t plus 1 is what? Minus 1 by 2. This thing I have already told you in the previous lectures also. If you haven't watched the previous lectures, I genuinely tell you that you please go and watch those lectures. Okay, I have already said that the links of those videos are in the description box. Okay, so you please watch those videos to understand what is 0 of the polynomial, what is polynomial in one variable. These all things I have already talked about it in the previous lectures. So you please watch it. Okay. So this is a linear variable. I have already told you if the linear polynomial is there, ax plus b, its zero value will be what? Minus b by a. Okay. So same thing, this is a linear polynomial. 2t plus 1, its zero value will be minus 1 by 2. Directly we are getting it. Understood? So now we know that we have to check the value of the dividend. Dividend is what? Our qt is the dividend. Qt is dividend. So we have to check the value of the dividend at the 0 of the divisor. What is the 0 of the divisor? 0 of the divisor is minus 1 by 2. Okay, q of minus 1 by 2. You have to check this value. What is q of minus 1 by 2? It is 4 into t cube. 4t cube means 4 into minus 1 by 2's cube. Understood? Plus 4t square means 4 into t square. T square means minus 1 by 2's square. Okay, minus t means minus of minus 1 by 2. And this is minus 1. Understood? In my number systems video also I have talked about it, that a to the power m by b to the power m can be written as a by b to the power m. Okay, so minus 1 by 2 cube can be written as what? Minus 1 cube by 2 cube. Minus 1 cube is what? Minus 1 cube is minus 1 and 2 cube is 8. So this gives minus 1 by 2 whole cube is minus 1 by 8. Okay, similarly this is 4 into minus 1 by 2's whole square. That will give what? 4 into minus 1 square is my 1 and 2 square is 4. Okay. This is minus into minus is plus. Plus 1 by 2. Okay. This is minus 1. So now what? Now we are cancelling. This 4 will get cancelled. This will give 1. This 8 will get cancelled. It will give 2. This 4 and this 4 will get cancelled. These are going to get 1. Okay. So we are getting here. What we are getting? You are getting 4. Not 4. We are getting minus 1 by 2. 4 is cancelled. We are getting minus 1 by 2. Okay. And here we are getting plus 1. Then plus 1 by 2. Then again minus 1. Okay. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 0. Plus 1 minus 1 again gives 0. So overall the value of what? So q of minus 1 by 2 equals to 0. Okay. Q of minus 1 by 2 is 0. So what we can say that since q of minus 1 by 2 equals to 0, since q of minus 1 by 2 equals to 0, we can say the remainder, okay, the remainder is 0 and qt is a multiple of what? Qt is a multiple of 2t plus 1. Only if the remainder is 0, we can say that the dividend is the multiple of divisor, or the divisor is the factor of dividend. Got it? So this question actually forms the basis of factor theorem. How? See, here I have written one thing. Qt is a 2t plus 1, that is the divisor. Qt is what? 2t is the divisor. Divisor is a factor of the dividend. Dividend is qt. Okay, I've already talked about it in division. In division of polynomials, dividend is of higher degree and divisor is of lower degree. That is why 2t plus 1 is the divisor, qt is the dividend. Okay, so dividend is a factor of dividend. Divisor is the factor of a dividend. So 2t plus 1 is a factor of qt, or we can say qt is a multiple of 2t plus 1. Dividend is a multiple of divisor. Okay, then what we can do? Then we can write the following relation. What is this relation? We can write qt equals to 2t plus 1 into gt. Okay, since 2t plus 1 is a factor, since 2t plus 1 is a factor of qt, we can write qt equals to what? 2t plus 1 into some other polynomial gt. By multiplying 2t plus 1 into some polynomial gt, we are going to get what? We are going to get q of t. Understood? That is the meaning of 2t means being a factor. If you multiply all the factors, no, if you multiply all the factors, you are going to get the value, total value. Like suppose 6 is there, the factors are 1, 2, 3. If you multiply these factors 1 into 2 into 3, no, you are going to get what? You are going to get 6. So similarly, here you have 2t plus 1 is a factor. You multiply this factor with some polynomial gt, with some polynomial other factor gt. That polynomial is also, gt is also a factor of qt. Okay, so that polynomial gt is also a factor of qt. You multiply 2t plus 1 into gt, you are going to get what? You are going to get qt. That is the meaning of factor. So we can write, if some polynomial is a factor of some polynomial, if some polynomial gx is a factor of, if some polynomial gx is a factor of what? Px, we can write px in the form of gx. Understood? Now what does factor theorem says actually? We will go over factor theorem. What does factor theorem says? See, if px is a polynomial, it is saying that if px is a polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1 and a is any real number, same as what? Same as the remainder theorem. If px is a polynomial of degree greater than 1 and a is in a real number, then the first bit is x minus a is a factor of px if p of a equals to 0. Okay, it is saying that the same thing that I have already told you, factor or polynomial, factor or multiple, sorry, it is not polynomial, factor or it is multiple, okay. We can only say that one is a factor or multiple only if what? Only if remainder is 0. Okay, we already know the remainder value. When p of x is divided by x minus a, the remainder is what? P of a. We can say that p of a is the remainder. So factor theorem, what does it say? If px is a polynomial, and a is any real number, then if p of a is 0, means if remainder is 0, we can say that x minus a is a factor of px. Understood? We can say that x minus a is a factor of px. In other terms, see, we are taking px. Px is what? A polynomial. Px is a polynomial of degree greater than or equals to 1. Px is that polynomial. Okay, a is what? A is any real number. Okay, a is any real number. It is saying that if p of a equals to 0, then we can write x minus a is a factor of px. Understood? If this condition satisfies, if this p of a equals to 0, then we can say x minus a is a factor of what? Px. Otherwise, similarly, if I find that x minus a is a factor of what? X minus a is a factor of px, then we say that then p of a equals to 0. Okay, p of a equals to the reverse only. See, here it is written, if p of a equals to 0, then x minus a is a factor of px. Or we are saying that if x minus a is a factor of px, p of a equals to 0. Understood? So this is what remainder theorem. P of a means what? P of a is what? P of a is what? Remainder. P of a is remainder from remainder theorem. That means if remainder is 0, x minus a is a factor of px. We are going to write. Understood? You got my point? So we have to see the proof. Now. What is the proof? Okay. So from remainder theorem, okay, from remainder theorem, I have given you one relation. That is what? That relation is dividend equals to divisor. Okay, divisor into quotient. Okay, plus remainder. This part I have already told you. In remainder theorem chapter, I have already told you this coefficient, this thing. Okay, so let me take this dividend as p of x, because this is the polynomial p of x. Understood? Divisor is what? Divisor is, we are already talking that x minus a. Divisor is what? Divisor is x minus a. Got it? Divisor is x minus a because see, a is any real number. Remainder is p of a. Remainder is what? P of a, because we are dividing p of x by what? divided by x minus a we are doing. Understood? Because of this remainder theorem only we are getting the remainder as p of a. Got my point? So divisor we are taking as what? X minus a. P of x equals to x minus a into quotient. Let that quotient be q of x. Okay. And then again remainder. This remainder value we know from remainder theorem, the remainder value is what? P of a. Got my point? This remainder value is P of a from remainder theorem. Remainder theorem I told about, no, this is P of a. So remainder value we are writing P of a because our divisor is x minus a and the dividend is P of x. You got my point? So this is the relation. This is the relation. From remainder theorem we have found this relation. Okay, we can write P of x equals to what? X minus a into q of x or plus P of a. Got my point? Now the first point it says that if P of a equals to 0, if P of a equals to 0, okay, so let me take this as equation 1. Okay, so if P of x equals to 0, then equation 1 becomes what? Then equation 1 becomes, if P of a equals to 0, then means x minus, this equation 1 becomes what? Instead of, we can write P of x equals to what? X minus a into q of x. This P of a part becomes 0. I can write P of x equals to x minus a into q of x. Understood? I have already told you, see, if 1 is a factor of multiple, if 2t plus 1 is a factor of qt, okay, so I can write qt equals to 2t plus 1 into gt, 2t plus 1 into some polynomial gt. Here same thing we are getting, P of x equals to x minus a into q of x. So that means q of x is a multiple and x minus a is a multiple of, is a factor of what? P of x. X minus a and q of x is a factor of what? P of x. From here you seeing that if P of a becomes 0, then only we can say that x minus a is a factor of P of x if P of a equals to what? P of a equals to 0. Understood? Second point is given, if x minus a is a factor, x minus a is a factor of px. Okay, x minus a is a factor of px. Okay, since x minus a is a factor of px, x minus a is a factor of px, I can write what? Px equals to x minus a into some polynomial gx, suppose. I'm not writing qx because we do not know the remainder term. So I'm writing this thing as what? X minus a into g of x. Okay, since x minus a is a factor, I am writing P of x equals to x minus a into gx. You got my point? Now it is saying that if x minus a is a factor of px, sorry, okay, it is saying that P of a equals to 0. We are going to find P of a value. P of a value means what? Instead of x, I am going to put a. This is a minus a into g of x. Okay, the a minus a is what? 0. So I am getting here P of a equals to 0. Understood? Since we are writing this equation P of x equals to x minus a into gx, this is because we have written that x minus a is a factor of px. Understood? And we are finding that if x minus a is a factor of px, the value of P of a is coming as 0. These two are vice versa. If P of a equals to 0, x minus a is a factor of px, and if x minus a is a factor of px, P of a equals to 0. So this is proved from this relation. These two relations I have proved it. Understood my point? So this is factor theorem. Again I am going to repeat it. See, in factor theorem, if we take a polynomial of degree n minus 1 and a is any real number, we are taking a polynomial px and a real number. Okay, it is saying that if P of a equals to 0, then we can say that x minus a is a factor of what? P of x. If P of a equals to 0, x minus a is a factor of px. Or if we find x minus a is a factor of px, we can say P of a equals to 0. This second point we are not going to use much. We are going to use this first point because we have to factorize the polynomial. The question ultimately is we have to factorize a polynomial. So how we are going to factorize? We have to find a value. We are going to find a value such that the polynomial's value in that point a becomes 0. If that polynomial's value, if the polynomial's value at a certain point becomes 0, then we can say that x minus a is a factor of that polynomial. Understood? So we are going to use this first line, most of the part we are going to use this first point of factor theorem. Understood? Now two examples are given. The first example, what it is given? It is given, examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of these two numbers. Okay, so let me write what? Let px equals to these two polynomials. Let me write it in short form. Okay, px equals to this polynomial x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6 and qx equals to 2x plus 4. Okay, so that it is easy for me to write the values. It is saying that check whether x plus 2 is a factor of or not. Okay, x plus 2 is a factor. I have been told, if by factor theorem, if x minus a is a factor of px, okay, p of a equals to 0 by factor theorem. Understood? By factor theorem, I know this. If x minus a is a factor of px, p of a equals to 0. So instead of x minus a, what it is written here? It is written x plus 2. So x plus 2 can be written as what? X minus of minus 2. Understood? X minus a, instead of x minus a, it is written x plus 2. X plus 2 can be written as what? X minus of minus 2. So we, on comparison, what we are getting? On comparison we are getting what? A equals to minus 2. Okay, now it is saying that x plus 2 is a factor of, we have to check whether x plus 2 is a factor or not. So if it is a factor, then p of a equals to 0. So I have to check whether p of minus 2 equals to 0 or not. We have to check. So I have to find what? I have to find p of minus 2. Understood? P of minus 2 means x cube means minus 2's cube plus 3x square means minus 3 into minus 2's square plus 5x means 5 into minus 2. Okay, plus 6. Got my point? So minus 2 cube is 8. Minus 2 cube is minus 8. Understood? Plus 3 into minus 2 square minus 3 into 4 is plus 12. Got my point? Plus 5 into minus 2 is minus 10 plus 6. So this is minus 8 minus 10 is minus 18 plus 12 plus 6 is plus 18. So minus 18 plus 18 gives what? 0. So p of minus 2 equals to 0. Therefore, what we can say? X plus 2 is a factor of p of x. Got my point? Then again q. We have to check whether q of minus 2 equals to 0 or not. Okay, if it becomes 0, by factor theorem we can say that x minus a is a factor. Okay, q of minus 2 we have to check. So q of minus 2 is 2 into 2x is 2 into minus 2 plus 4. This is easy. 2 into minus 2 is minus 4. Okay, plus 4. So this gives 0. So we are getting q of minus 2 equals to 0. So we can write, therefore x plus 2 is a factor of what? Factor of q of x. Got my point? Because this p of minus 2 is coming 0, q of minus 2 is coming 0. That is why we can write x plus 2 is a factor of qx by factor theorem. Easy. The second question it is given, find the value of k. There is an unknown in the polynomial k, means px. There is an unknown called k. Understood? And he's saying that if x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial px, okay, what is the value of that unknown k? We have to find. So I am writing, let p of x equals to this polynomial 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. Okay, I am writing this this thing. Now it is saying x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. X minus 1 is a factor of p of x. We know that if x minus a is a factor of p of x, we know that if x minus a is a factor of p of x, then p of a equals to 0 by factor theorem. Got my point? You got my point? If x minus a is a factor of p of x, p of a equals to 0. Okay. So here x minus 1 is a factor of px, it is given. So we can write, so what? P of 1 equals to 0 we can write from factor theorem. From factor theorem we can write, if x minus 1 is a factor of p of x, so we can write p of 1 equals to 0. Okay, so we are going to find what is p of 1. What is p of 1? What we can write p of 1 equals to what? 4 into x cube, instead of x cube it is 1 cube, plus 3x square, instead of x square we are writing 1 square, minus 4x means 4 into 1, plus k, we don't know the value of k. This is p of 1, and that thing is equals to what? 0. P of 1 equals to 0, so this whole thing is equals to 0. So this gives what? 4 into 1 cube is 4, plus 3 into 1 square is 3, minus 4 into 1 means 4, plus k equals to 0. Okay, now this 4 got cancelled, it becomes 0. So we are left with only one thing, that is 3 plus k equals to 0. So k value from here we are taking 3 to this side, this becomes minus 3. So k equals to minus 3. So this is the answer. This is the answer. Understood? This is the answer. K equals to minus 3. Now our ultimate aim of learning factor theorem is to learn how to factorize the polynomials. Our ultimate aim is to factorize the polynomials. Why do we want to factorize the polynomials? Okay, because we want to know what are the factors of those polynomials. You see, if suppose the number 6 is given, we want to know the factors 1, 2, 3. Why do we want to know the factors? We want to know with which numbers this number 6 is divisible. Understood? Similarly, I want to know how to factorize the polynomials. To learn what are these polynomials made of, these numbers, what are the numbers these polynomials are made of, to understand that. Got my point? So now in previous classes you have learned this identity, that is a plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. This identity you have learned in previous classes. Got my point? Now suppose what I want to do is I am taking a equals to x and b equals to 5. These two, instead of a I am taking it as x, and instead of b I am taking it as 5. Okay, so let me write it. How we are going to write it? This is, instead of a we are writing x, instead of b we are writing 5. This is x plus 5 whole square. Okay, a square is what? X square, and let me write the 2ab term in the middle. Okay, plus 2 into a is x and b is 5. Okay, plus there is b square is 5 square. So this is coming as x plus 5 whole square equals to x square plus 10x plus 25. It is coming. Got my point? This is 25. Okay, now I can write x plus 5 whole square. Let me write this equation. Let me write this equation. Okay, let me write this equation in terms of 5. In terms of what? In terms of 5 I want to write. Only 5, not 5 square, 5 into something. Only in terms of 5 I want to write this equation. Okay, how we will write in terms of 5? This x plus 5 square can be written as what? X plus 5 into x plus 5. Got my point? X plus 5 into x plus 5, it can be written as. X square is as it is. Now for 10 can be written as what? 5 plus 5 or 5 into 2. But I want to write it only in the form of 5 only. Only in the form of 5. I do not want 2. Only in form of 5. So this 10 can be written as what? 10 equals to x square plus 5 plus 5x can be written. 10x can be written as 5 plus 5x. Got my point? Now this 25. This 25 can be written as what? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. This is 25. Or this similar thing can be written as 5 into 5. So it's better I write 5 into 5. This is the same thing, no? 5 times I am doing addition, or I am writing 5 into 5. So instead of 25, I am going to write 5 into 5. Okay. For my purpose, I want to mention this first 5 as this 5 as 5 to the power 1. Okay. Not to the power 1. At the means at the base I am doing 1. Okay. Just to know that this is the first fifth 5, this is the second 5. nothing more. This has no value. Okay, just for my purpose, for explaining purpose, I'm writing it. This is the first 5. This is the second 5. Understood? Similarly, here we can see that this is first 5, this is second 5. Here also 2 5s are there. Here also 2 5s are there. I'm writing first 5, second 5. Understood? Here also first 5, second 5. Okay. So one thing you are noticing. One thing what you are noticing. Here x plus 5 is written. Here x plus 5 second 5 is written. First 5 and second 5 it is written. In the middle term, that is the coefficient of x square. Middle term means coefficient of x square. I am telling. Sorry, in the coefficient of x. The coefficient in the coefficient of x, both these numbers, first 5 and the second 5, both these numbers are getting added. In the coefficient of x to the power 0, okay, both these first 5th and second 5 is getting multiplied. In the coefficient of x to the power 1, okay, this 5, first 5 and second 5 are getting added. In the coefficient of x to the power 0, this first 5 and second 5 are getting multiplied. Okay, now suppose we want to factorize the polynomial. In factorization, this thing will not be given. A plus b whole square will not be given. That is not the factorization form. The polynomial will be given in this form. That is, the polynomial will be given in a square plus b square plus 2ab form. Understood? That is, the polynomial will be given in x square plus 10x plus 25 form. From here we want to find the factors of this polynomial. X square plus 10x plus 25. Got my point? So how we are going to factorize? You are seeing that in the factorization part, this middle term, this 10x, so this 10 no, we are splitting it into 5x plus 5x. Okay, and this 25 we are splitting into what? 5 into 5. Why you are doing it? See, there is a relation. Why we are doing this is 5 into 5. This is 5 1 into 5. First 5 and second 5. Why you are doing it? Okay. Suppose I want to write this x square plus 10x plus 25. Suppose I want to write it as what? X plus a into x plus b. Two factors I'm assuming these are the two factors. That is, first factor is a, x plus a, and second factor is x plus b. Got my point? Now x plus a into x plus b, this is the factors, is equals to what? X square plus 10x plus 25. Got my point? Now I am multiplying this whole thing. This is x square. X into x is x square. Okay. X into b is bx, plus a into x is plus ax, and plus a into b is ab. Okay. This is what? X square plus 10x plus 25. Got my point? So this big question becomes x square plus adding this a plus b, this becomes a plus b into x plus ab. Got my point? Equals to x square plus 10x in plus 25. Okay. Now you are seeing that this a plus b equals to 10. X square is x square. A plus bx is 10x. A plus bx equals to 10x it is written. That means what? That means a plus b equals to 10. Similarly, here you are saying that ab equals to 25 and ab equals to 25. That means a into b equals to 25. So we have to split 10. Split 10 into two numbers a and b, okay, such that their addition is 10. We have to split 10 into two numbers a and b, okay, such that their multiplication becomes 25. Okay, their multiplier becomes 25. That is our job. To find the values of this a and b, so that we can write the factors as what? Factors we can write it as factors of this polynomial as x plus a into x plus b. We have to find those values of a and b. How we are going to find those values of a and b? See, 25 we have to find the factors of 25. There are actually two methods. This is one equation actually, a plus b equals to 10 and ab equals to 25. Okay, so one method that the finding the value directly of a and b, I will tell you in the last example. Understood? Now in the whole process part, in the other questions also we will do how we are going to solve this. 25, what are the factors of 25? What are the factors of 25? 1 is there, 2 3 4 nothing is there, 5 is there. Okay, then no other factors is there, then no other factor, then itself 25 is there. Okay, 25 has no other factors other than 1 5 and 25. Got my point? Okay, these are the factors. Now you see, you from these factors 1 5 and 25, you want to get 25 on multiplication. Two numbers you want, a and b, two numbers you want, such that their multiplication is what? Their multiplication is 25. So one thing you can do is 1 into 25 you can do. Okay, 1 into 25, a can be 1, b can be 25. Okay, other thing you can do is 5 into 5 you can do. Okay, 1 into 25 is 25, 5 into 5 is also 25, but we know that since 1 into 25 means a is 1 and b is 25, so a plus b in this case will be what? In this case it will be 1 plus 25, that is 26. But we know that 1 a plus b is 10, it is not 20, it is not equals to 10. So this numbers a and b combination is not possible. Now 5 into 5 is 25. 5 into 5 is what? 25. So 5 plus 5, how much we are getting? 5 plus 5 we are getting 10. 5 plus 5 we are getting 10. So yes, this a plus b equals to 10 we are getting satisfied when a is 5, b is 5. A into b is 5 into 5 is 25. Both of these conditions are getting satisfied. A plus b equals to 10 and ab equals to 25. Okay, so we can say from here that a and b are 5 and 5 respectively. Okay, 5 and 5 respectively. So factors of x square plus 10x plus 25 equals to what? X plus 5 into x plus 5. Okay, here because since we knew the relation of this a plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab, from x plus 5 whole square we are getting the polynomial. Okay, but when we do not know the polynomial's value, what we will do? We will do this step. Okay, backwards. Here I told you about how we are getting this, means how we are getting this thing, because of this, for that reason only I told you about its identity. Okay, so because from this identity we are getting the polynomial, then backwards we have to go. From this identity we have to find the factors. Got my point? That is why I talked about this, how we are going to get the value of these factors. Okay, from x square plus 10x plus 25, how are we going to get the factors? X plus 5 and x plus 5 two times going to get the factors. Okay, you learned from this. So here again I am writing, let us take the same thing that I told you. Let us take two real numbers a and b such that we have two factors x plus a into x plus b. We are taking, okay, factors of x plus a and x plus b of polynomial what? Of polynomial px. Okay, of polynomial px. We are saying that x plus a into x plus b are factors of the polynomial p of x. Got my point? What is x plus a? X plus a into x plus b, we are expanding it. X into x is x square. Okay, x plus b is b of x. This is a into x is plus ax, and a into b is plus ab. X square plus bx plus ax plus ab equals to p of x. Okay, now we can add x square plus bx plus ax is what? A plus b into x, okay, plus ab equals to p of x. Let this p of x be, okay, now I am writing what? Let a plus b equals to L and ab equals to m. Okay, so p of x becomes what? P of x becomes x square plus lx plus m. Okay, p of x becomes what? X square plus lx plus m, and that p of x is equals to what? We know x plus a into x plus b. X plus a into x plus b. This is what? X plus a. This is expanded form. when you multiply all those factors, no, the resultant polynomial that you are getting, that is called the expanded form. Okay, and this is the factor form. This is the factor form. All the terms are written in factors. Okay, here we have multiplied all those factors to get the expanded form. So here you are seeing that x square plus lx plus m in expanded form equals to x plus a, where what? Where L equals to a plus b and m equals to what? A into b. Sorry, a into b. L is what? A plus b and m equals to a into b. L is what? L is the coefficient of x to the power 1. M is what? Coefficient of x to the power 0. Got my point? So now suppose in the question x square plus lx plus m will be given. We have to find x plus a into x plus b. How we are going to do it? Like we did it in here. Okay, we have to split this 10x into two parts. 5x plus 5x we have to do. We have to split this 10x into two parts such that we get a common term. Understood? We get a common term. So what we will do? How to factorize? To factorize, I am going to write to factorize x square plus lx plus m. Okay, split L into two numbers such that their product equals to m. Got my point? What I am writing here? I am writing that this is the polynomial x square plus lx plus m. I am telling you split L into two numbers. Such that their product equals to m. Those two numbers product will become is equals to m. Okay, I am going to split L into two numbers. Means L equals to a plus b. Two numbers I am going to get. Their addition will get L and their multiplication will be equals to m. Okay, this is how you factorize the polynomial x square. Factorize the polynomial x square plus lx plus m. Got my point? X square plus lx plus m. See, here the coefficient of x square is 1. Coefficient of x square is 1. That is why our factors are in the form of x plus a into x plus b. Because coefficient of x square is 1, so the x term here is only, there is no coefficient of to the x term here. There is no coefficient to the x term here, because if there is a coefficient of to the x term, suppose I write 4x plus 3 and I write 2x plus 5. This is giving what? 4x into 2x is 8x square. But here our question is x square plus lx plus m. The coefficient is 1. So since the coefficient is 1, that means x plus a and x plus b. Got my point? So this is how we are going. So this is how we factorize the equation x square plus lx plus m. Okay. So here it is saying that if we are provided with a quadratic equation, what is the quadratic equation? X square plus lx plus m. How we are going to factorize it? Okay, we are going to factorize it by splitting the middle term as per the two conditions mentioned above. What are those two conditions? L equals to a plus b, m equals to a into b. Okay, where a and b are what? Real numbers. Got my point? I have to split L into two numbers a and b, whose multiplication will give me m. Got my point? So this is how you factorize a polynomial of this form, x square plus lx plus m. Now what? Now suppose we have a coefficient in this. Suppose it becomes ax square plus lx plus m. Suppose now there is a coefficient here. Okay, so our equation is ax square plus bx plus c now. Suppose, okay, where a and b and a, b, c and are constants and a is not equals to 0. Our quadratic equation becomes of the form ax square plus bx plus c. So how we are going to factorize the middle term? Same thing. Our equation is ax square plus bx plus c. We know we are going to get two factors for this. This is a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial means two factors. Okay. Quadratic polynomial means we are going to get two factors. So we have to write two factors. So what will be the form of those two factors? What will be the form of the two factors that we are going to assume? See, let us take the factors of the above equation to be of the form p of x plus px plus q and rx plus s. Why? Like previous example I told you, if there is 4x plus 3 into 2x plus 2, this will give us what? 8x square. So 8 is a, instead of a 8, this is a. So how you are going to get a? If you have coefficients before x, okay, in the factors, we are going to get ax square. So we are going to write p of x, px plus q and rx plus s are the factors. Okay, because now the coefficient of term x square is not equals to 0. So how we are going to write this thing? We are going to write p of x plus q into r of x, rx plus s, not px plus q into rx plus s equals to what? Ax square plus bx plus c. What my point? This is the equation. Now I multiply this first part. Okay, expanded form I am going to write. Px into rx is pr into x square. Okay, pr into x square plus px into s is ps into x. Okay, q into rx is plus qr into x. Okay, plus q into s is plus qs equals to ax square plus bx plus c. So in this equation I can add pr x square and I can add the x terms. So this will become ps plus qr x plus qs equals to ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so this is the equation. So from comparison, on comparison, you can compare x square term is ax square equals to prx square. So we can write a equals to pr. Got my point? Coefficient of x square here is a, coefficient of x square here is pr. So we can write a equals to pr. One. Second is bx. Coefficient of x is b. Here coefficient of x is ps plus qr. So b equals to ps plus qr. Okay. Third on comparison, c equals to qs. C is what? C equals to qs. Now what? One thing I am saying that suppose I do a into c. Now a into c. A into c is what? P into r. P into r into c is q into s. This is p into r into q into s. These four terms p, r, q, s are in multiplication. Got my point? Since they are in multiplication, I can write p into s into q into what? R. I can write p into s into q into r. So I am seeing that, see, b is the addition of p into s plus q into r. B is what? Addition of these two terms ps plus qr. And a into c is what? A into c is multiplication of those two numbers p into s and q into r. Multiplication of these two numbers p into s and q into r is a into c, and addition is p, or addition, and b is addition of these two numbers p into s and q into r. Okay, so from this equation I can write, I am getting one thing. What I am getting? See, ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, ax square plus bx plus c. So here I have to split b how much? I have to split b into two terms, ps plus qr. Okay, ps is one term, and qr is one term. Understood? This is one number, p into s is one number, and q into r will give me one number. Okay, that is equals to the b part, the coefficient of x. B is what? Coefficient of x. B is coefficient of x. Okay, and coefficient of a x square and coefficient of x to the power 0 is multiplication. That is, a into c is multiplication of these numbers ps, p of s, p into s, and this multiplication of this number qr. Okay, multiplication of ps and qr is equals to what? A into c. That is the coefficient of x square into coefficient of x to the power 0. And the coefficient of x is equals to what? Addition of those two numbers ps plus qr. Okay, so how are you going to I'm going to write to factorize. Okay, to factorize ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, split b into two numbers, such that their product is equals to a into c. Got my point? Here in the previous one I was writing to factorize x square plus lx plus m, split L into two numbers such that their product equals to m. Here also it is the same thing. How? See, instead of b I was writing here L, instead of bx I was writing lx. Okay, so I was splitting L here, L into two numbers such that their product equals to m. I was telling that the splitting part L equals to a into b. Same a into b I'm multiplying, I'm only it is equals to m. Okay, why it is m? Because it is 1 into m. Here also a into m is there, but here a is what? A is 1. Since the coefficient of x square is 1, here a is 1. So it is 1 into m. Still now here you see it is a into c, the same thing. It is a into c. Same thing we are getting. Same thing a into c. This product is equals to the product of those two numbers into which the L was split into. Okay, the numbers into which the L was split. Okay, that two numbers product gives the answer to a into c. Got my point? So the question here it is, to factorize a quadratic equation, we have to find two numbers a and b such that their sum is the coefficient of x term and their product is the coefficient of what? X square into x to the power 0 term. Okay, what my point? This thing and this thing are same. This thing and this thing are same. Got my point? So this is the important part. Okay, these things that I have written, these are the important part. Okay, so now what we are going to do? The question here is factorize. It is saying that factorize this equation by splitting the middle term and by using the factor theorem. Okay, so we have to use two methods here. 6x square plus 17x plus 5. We have to factorize. Okay, so first I have already told you how to factorize by splitting the middle term. Okay, so directly we will go. Here it is given splitting the middle term 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay, it is given. I have to split this middle term. Got my point? So how we are going to split this middle term? For that I have already told you, this is in the form of what? This is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, this is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. So what? I want to find two numbers. Let p and q be two numbers. Okay, let p and q be two numbers such that b equals to p plus q and a into c is p into q. Why I am writing like this? Because in the previous thing I have already told you, see, if ax square plus bx plus c is written, okay, if ax square plus bx plus c is written, we can take two numbers, means we can split b into two numbers p plus q. Okay, we can split b into two numbers p plus q whose product, that is p into q product, will be equals to what? The coefficient of x square and the coefficient of x to the power 0's product, that is a into c. Got my point? Sorry. So p plus q we are getting b is given 17. Okay, and p into q is a into c is 6 into 5 equals to 30. Okay, 30. See, we can reach 17 in many ways. But they will never give us 30. So to eliminate those cases, what we are going to do? We are going to always, when we are factorizing, always look at this constant part, this a into c part. Got my point? Always look into a into c part. That is coefficient of x square and coefficient of x to the power 0's product. Always. This method, any factor method also, you always look into this multiplication part, p into q part. What my point? What we have to do? We have to find the factors of 30. Okay. Why we are going to find the factors of 30? You tell me. What are factors actually? What are factors? With factors we can get by which numbers this 30 is divisible. By which numbers 30 is by which number they are divisible. Okay, factor of a number is by which other numbers they are divisible. So factors of 30 is what? 1 is one factor, 2 is another factor, 3 is another factor, 4 is not a factor, 5 is another factor, 6 is another factor, 10 is another factor, okay, 15 is another factor, and last one is 30. Got my point? So these are the factors of 30. Now you can see we are already writing here 6 into 5. Okay, 6 into 5 is 30. But we see that 6, see, let me write it. 1 into 2, 1 into 30. 1 into 30 is also 30. 2 into 15. 2 into 15 is also 30. 3 into 10 is also 30. And 5 into 6 is also 30. Okay. All numbers result are this 30 only. What my point? But you see, there is a condition, two equations are there. We have to satisfy both equation 1 and 2. All these four numbers are satisfying, all these four combinations satisfying equation 2. But which of these four conditions will satisfy equation 1? Let me see. 1 into 30 is 1 plus 30. That is equals to 31, not equals to 17. Okay. 3 into 10 is what? 3 plus 10. 3 plus 10 we are getting 13. That is also not equals to 17. 5 into 6. 5 plus 6, that means in equation 1. 5 plus 6 is 11. That is also not equals to 17. Only 2 into 15 situation is 2 plus 15 equals to 17. Okay. So this combination, that is 2 into 15 and 2 plus 15. Okay, that is equals to 17 and 2 into 15 is 30. This is the equation. First equation, second equation are satisfying. So we can write P and Q are what? 2 and 17. P and Q are what? 2 and 17. Since there is no space, I am going to write it at the top. Okay, or let me add another page. Okay, that will be better. Okay. So here I'm going to write, from here we can see P and Q. P and Q are what? P and Q are 2 and 17. P and Q, sorry, 2 and 15. P and Q are what? 2 and 15. This 2 and 15, this equation is getting satisfied. This equation is also getting satisfied. So we got the value of 2 and 15. We have to split 17 into 2 and 15. So see, the equation was given was 6x square plus 17x plus 5. We are going to split it. Split this 17x into two parts. 6x square, 17 can be written as what? 2 plus 15. We got the values of this p and x, no? Okay. 2 plus 15x plus 5. We can write this 6x square plus 2, this is 2x. 2 into x is 2x. 2x plus 15 into x is 15x plus 5. Got my point? Now I take this 2x as common. So here I am getting 3x plus 1. Okay, here I am taking 5 common. This is coming as 3x plus 1. Okay, so 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. I am taking 3x plus 1 common, so left is 2x plus 5. So this is the answer. This is equals to what? This is equals to 6x square plus 17x plus 5. This is the factor form. What my point? This is the factor form. This is the factor form. Okay, 3x square, 6x square plus 17x plus 5 can be written as 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. This is the way of doing in splitting the middle term. You have to find this, you have to satisfy two numbers, means you have to find two numbers such that these two equations are what? These two equations are satisfied. These two equations are satisfied. We have to find such two numbers. That is splitting the middle term. Okay. Second is by factor theorem. So how we are going to go by factor theorem? In factor theorem, we know that if P of A equals to 0, then x minus A is a factor of P of x. Okay. This part we know, this is from factor theorem. This is factor theorem. If P of A equals to 0, then x minus A is a factor of P of x. So here I am going to write let P of x equals to that equation, that is 6x square plus 17x plus 5 I am going to write. This is let P of x equals to this thing. Got my point? Now I want to find a number A. Okay, now I want to find not A, I have to find two numbers. Since this is a quadratic equation, this is a quadratic equation. Since this is a quadratic equation, we need two numbers A and B such that P of A equals to 0 and P of B equals to 0. Okay, see there will be two numbers A and B. Okay, there will be two. For a quadratic equation, for linear equation only one is there, A is there. For a quadratic equation there will be two numbers A and B such that their P of A equals to 0 and P of B equals to 0. Hence x minus A and x minus B are factors of P of x. Got my point? So I have to find two numbers for x minus A and x minus B. I have to find two numbers such that I have to find two numbers A and B such that P of A equals to 0 and P of B equals to 0. If these conditions satisfy, I can say that x minus A and x minus B are factors of P of x. Okay. Now you see this 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay, I am going to write this 6x square plus 17x plus 5 as 6 into, I am taking 6 as common, x square plus this is 17x by 6 plus 5 by 6. Okay, I am taking it as 6 into x square plus 17x by 6 plus 5 by 6. I am taking common. Okay, let me write it as let g of x equals to x square plus 17x by 6 plus 5 by 6. This whole term I am writing g of x. So P of x equals to 6 into g of x. Got my point? P of x equals to 6 into g of P of x equals to 6 into g of x. I want to find the factors of g of x. If I find the factors of g of x, 6 also, means P of x also, I will get the factors of P of x. Okay, what was the reason of taking 6 out? What was the reason of taking 6 out? I will tell you while I solve the questions. Okay, I will tell you why after I solve this part. Okay, so I have to find the factors of g of x using factor theorem. Using factor theorem I have to find it. So what I am going to do? I have to find the two numbers A and B such that g of A and g of B will be what? G of A and g of B will be 0. I have to find two numbers. Okay, I have to find two numbers A and B. Such that g of A and g of B will be equals to 0. Okay, so how we are going to do it? I have to find the factors of this 5 by 6 now. I have to find the factors of 5 by 6. Why I am going to find the factors of 5 by 6? See, I have written here, if I take this a and b are two numbers such that p of a equals to 0 and p of b equals to 0, and so x minus a and x minus b are factors of p of x. So here what I want, here I want 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay, here I can add 6 into x minus a into x minus b, because x minus a and x minus b are factors of gx. Got my point? X minus a and x minus b are factors of gx. So 6 into x minus a into x minus b. So this is 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay, 6 into x minus a into x minus b. I am going to expand it. This is x square. This is minus a plus bx. This you can do. Okay, minus a plus bx plus ab. Okay, so this is what? This is 6x square plus 17x plus 5 equals to again 6x square minus 6 of a plus bx plus 6ab. On comparison, what we are getting? We are getting 6ab equals to 5. I have told you again and again, see this multiplication, this constant part, you always focus on this constant part. Got my point? Always focus on this constant part. See 6ab, we need the value of a and b. If I got the value of a and b, we can get the factors, that is x minus a and x minus b. So we need the value of a and b. So here I am getting a into b equals to what? 5 by 6. A into b is 5 by 6 we am getting. Okay, a into b is what? 5 by 6 I am getting. So I want to find a and b. So how I am going to find, if two numbers are in multiplication and their value is 5 by 6, how I am going to find the possible values of a and b? What are the possible values of a and b? How I am going to find? First we are going to find the factors. Factors of what? 5 by 6. How are you going to find the factors of 5 by 6? See, to find the factors of 5 by 6, first we have to find the factors of numerator. Factors of numerator. What are the factors of numerator? Numerator is 5, factor is 1 or 5. Got my point? Factor is 1 or 5 for the numerator. Okay, now factors of denominator. Factors of denominator. Factors of denominator. Factors of denominator are 6. 6 is the denominator. So factors of 6 is 1, 2, 3 and 6 itself. Got my point? So factors of numerator is 1 by 1 and 5. Factors of denominator is 1, 2, 3 and 6. So factors of 5 by 6 will be what? The combination of numerator and denominator. The combination of all the possibilities of numerator and denominator. So it will be 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 6. Then it will be 5 by 1, 5 by 2, 5 by 3 and 5 by 6. These are the factors of 5 by 6. Got my point? So the possible values, let me write it. Possible values of a and b are, see, multiplication of a and b equals to 5 by 6. So these factors of 5 by 6 can be plus minus. Okay, all these factors we have found out now. So the numbers of a and b can be plus or minus, because minus of, suppose I take 5, minus 5 into minus 1 by 6. That will also give me 5 by 6. But in factor there is no negative. But in the numbers there can be negative. So those negatives are what? All the factors that are there, no, their negatives are also part of possible values of a and b. So what we can write? We can write all the factors as plus minus factors. We can write plus minus 1 by 1, plus minus 1 by 2, plus minus 1 by 3, plus minus 1 by 6. Okay, plus minus 5 by 1, plus minus 5 by 2, plus minus 5 by 3 and plus minus 5 by 6. These are the possible values of a and b. By factor theorem we know that if a and b are such numbers, okay, if the x minus a and x minus b are factors, we know that the p of a and p of b will be 0. So from these pool plus minus 1, that is plus 1 and minus 1. From here also the pool plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3, plus 1 by 6. From this pool of 16 numbers, see 8 I am written here plus minus. So positive are 8, negative are 8. So this pool of 16 numbers, for every number you have to check which all number, for every number you have to check which all numbers are giving what? the value of the polynomial, that is gx, for which possible values of a or b, g of x equals to 0. Got my point? I have to check that. Check for which possible values of a and b, g of x equals to 0. So for 16 numbers I am not going to do, I am going to directly write the answer. Okay, so the first one is g of minus 1 by 3. What is g of minus 1 by 3? Okay, g of x I am going to write it here again. This is x square plus 17 by 6x plus 5 by 6. Okay, so g of minus 1 by 3 is minus 1 by 3 is whole square plus 17 by 6x means 17 into minus 1 by 3. Okay, plus 5 by 6. Got my point? So minus 1 by 3 square is 1 by 9. And this is minus 17. 17 into minus 1 is minus 17 by 6 into 3 is 18. Got my point? Plus this is 5 by 6. So the LCM will be, at the denominator it will be 18. So 9 into 2 is 18. So 1 into 2 is 2. 18 into 1 is 18. So this is minus 17 into 1 is minus 17. Okay. 6 into 3 is 18. So 5 into 3 is 15. Got my point? So here you are saying that is 17 minus 17 by 18. That is equals to what? 0. Okay. So z of minus 1 by 3 equals to 0. Another one is g of what? Another point is g of minus 5 by 2. G of minus 5 by 2. Okay, what is 5 by 2 I am getting here? Minus 5 by 2 is whole square plus 17 by 6 into minus 5 by 2. Instead of x you put the value minus 5 by 2 plus 5 by 6. Okay, so minus 5 by 2's whole square is 25 by 4. Got my point? This is 25 by 4. This is 17 into 5 is minus, this is minus, no, 17 into 5 is minus 85. Okay, 6 into 2 is 12. Got my point? Plus this is 5 by 6. So the denominator 12 I am taking. Okay, 4 into 3 is 4 into 3 is 12. So 25 into 3 is 75. This is 12 into 1 is 12. So this is minus 85 into 1 is minus 85. 6 into 2 is 12. So plus 5 into 2 is 10. Plus 5 into 2 is 10. Okay, plus 5 into 2 is what? Plus 5 into 2 is 10. So this is coming as what? 85 minus 85. 75 plus 10 is 85 minus 85 by 12. So this is 0. It is coming as g of minus 5 by 2 equals to 0. Got my point? So g of minus 5 by 2 equals to 0. So I am getting two numbers, g of minus 1 by 3, g of minus 1 by 3 equals to 0 and g of minus 5 by 2 equals to 0. I have said that if this is possible in a polynomial, so we can say that what? X minus of minus 1 by 3 and x minus of minus 5 by 2, okay, are factors of gx or not? Are factors of gx. See, if g of a equals to 0 means x minus a is a factor of gx. Okay, if g of a equals to 0 means x minus a is a factor of gx. So here I am g of minus 1 by 3 equals to 0. So x minus of minus 1 by 3 and x minus of minus 5 by 2 are factors of gx. This is equals to what? Equals to x plus 1 by 3 and x plus 5 by 2 are factors of gx. Okay, factors of gx. So gx can be written as what? X plus 1 by 3 and x plus 5 by 2. We know p of x is what? 6x square plus 17x plus 5. P of x is 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Okay, that is given as 6 into, I have already written it, p of x is 6 into gx. 6 into gx. G value already found out as gx equals to what? Gx equals to this thing. This is gx value. Okay, so gx equals 6 into gx is 6 into x plus 1 by 3 into x plus 5 by 2. If you solve this, this is coming as 6 into, this is 3x plus 1, 3x plus 1 by 3, okay, into this is 2x plus 5 by 2. At the bottom, see, at the bottom 3, this becomes 2, then again 2 is cancelled, this 2 is cancelled, this becomes 1. Understood? This is 1, this is 1. Okay, so we are only left with p of x equals to 6x square plus 17x minus plus 5 equals to what? We are left with only 3x plus 1 into 2x plus 5. See, in factor method, in factor theorem, we are taking 2 pages, and that too we didn't find the value of the polynomial gx at all the 16 numbers. Only for the 2 numbers directly I wrote the answer. For 16 numbers we didn't find the value of gx. So if that was the case, we are going to get 5 or 6 pages. The solution will take 5 or 6 pages. Okay, so factor theorem is avoided in 2 cases. Factor theorem is avoided in 2 cases. When it is a factor theorem is avoided in which case actually? Factor theorem is avoided in the cases where this constant term, see, we are finding the factors of this constant term only in factor theorem. Got my point? Only the factors of this constant term we are finding in the factor theorem. So whenever this constant term is either a fraction or a very large number, avoid factor theorem altogether. Avoid factor theorem. If I take a very large number, suppose I am getting 240, think about all the factors of 240. All the factors of 240, then the 2 times, the now total into 2 times you have to do, because of factors, because of plus minus, you have to find the value of the polynomial in positive and negative of these factors. Positive number and the negative number of that factor, you have to find the value of the polynomial, and from there whose value we are going to get 0, you have to check. Okay, so whenever this constant term is a fraction or a very large number, avoid factor theorem, go for splitting the middle term method. Understood? Since here you see splitting the middle term, here only such a small, because I have to explain you, I have to taken 2 pages, or that is, it can be solved within 2 or 3 lines also. Okay, in this question, but here it is getting 2, means 5 or 6 pages it can go. Understood? But here you see in this question, it is said factorize y square. It is said factorize y square minus 5y plus 6 using factor theorem. Okay, here you will see that factor theorem is very easy. Why? I am writing, see, let p of y equals to, y square minus 5y plus 6. Okay, let us take 2 numbers a and b. Okay, a and b such that p of a equals to 0 and p of b equals to 0. From factor theorem, we are taking 2 numbers a and b such that p of a equals to 0 and p of b equals to 0. Okay, from factor theorem we can say what we can say? We can say that y minus a and y minus b are factors of what? P of y. Got my point? If you take 2 numbers a and b such that p of a equals to 0 and p of b equals to 0, then from factor theorem we can say that y minus a and y minus b are factors of p of y. If y minus a and y minus b are factors of p of y, we can write what? We can write p of y equals to y minus a into y minus b. Got my point? Now p of y can be written as what? Y square minus 5y plus 6, it can be written as that, and this is y minus a into y minus b. So this, on expanding, what we are getting? We are getting y square minus a plus b into y, okay, plus ab we are getting on expanding. Got my point? Now you see this constant term ab A, B on comparison, A, B equals to 6. A, B equals to 6 means A into B equals to 6. Okay. From here I have to find the possible values of A and B. Okay. For finding the possible values of A and B, we are going to find the factors of 6. So what are the factors of 6? Factors of 6 are what? 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. So possible values of A and B. Possible values of A and B are what? Plus minus 1, plus minus 2 and plus minus 3. Okay, 1, 6 is there. That is also plus minus 6. Got my point? So the possible values of A and B are what? Possible values of A and B are plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3 and plus minus 6 are the possible values. From here 8 numbers are there, but from easily you can guess 6 will never be a factor. Okay, 6 will never be a, see, A and B, from here we have to find the two values. That is P of 2, suppose I am doing, here only 8 are there. 8 numbers are there. P of 2, how much I am getting? Here only 8 numbers are there. P of 2 is what? P of 2 is 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. Okay, 2 square is 4, minus 5 into 2 is minus 10 plus 6. This is 10 minus 10 equals to 0. Okay, so P of 2 equals to 0. Then P of 3 I am going to find. I am directly writing the answers because see here also 8 numbers you have to check. That is, you have to check minus 1 plus 1, plus 2 minus 2, plus 3 minus 3, plus 6 minus 6 you have to check. Okay, so I am checking plus 2 and plus 3 because those are the answers. This is the 3 square. Okay, y square, instead of y square I am writing 3 square, and instead of 5 I am writing 5 into 3, and this is plus 6. 3 square is 9. Okay, 5 into 3 is minus 15, and this is plus 6. So 9 plus 6 is 15, minus 15 is 0. Okay, so you are getting what? P of 3 equals to 0. So I am writing since P of 2 and P of 3, P of 2 equals to 0 and P of 3 equals to 0. Therefore, y minus 2 and y minus 3, what are factors of? Are factors of P of y. This is from factor theorem. This is the thing I have written here from factor theorem. So, sorry, y square minus 5y plus 6 equals to, can be written as what? Y minus 2 into y minus 3, because both of these are what? P of y only. Y square minus 5y plus 6 equals to y minus 2 into y minus 3. Okay, got my point? This is the answer. Okay, this was the answer here. Got my point? This is how you use factor theorem. Now, we looked into only quadratic polynomials till now. But here in the question it is given as find the factorize a cubic polynomial. Factorize a cubic polynomial. So how you are going to do it? Okay. So the first step, it is written as, in cubic polynomials we have to find a factor using the constant term first. Okay. We have to find a factor using the constant term first before using that factor to turn the cubic polynomial to a quadratic polynomial. Okay. And then using the splitting middle term or factor theorem to find the other two factors of the polynomial. So what it is written actually? First it is written that in the cubic polynomials we have to find, in the cubic polynomial we have to find a factor using the constant term first before using that factor to turn the cubic polynomial to a quadratic polynomial. See, we have already found a factor. So if I remove that factor from the whole equation, if I we take a common of that factor, so we have remaining part will be a quadratic equation because one factor of x is gone. So other thing, the remaining part will be a quadratic polynomial. So I will turn that cubic polynomial to quadratic polynomial, and on that quadratic polynomial I am going to use what? Splitting middle term or factor theorem to find the other two factors of the polynomial. Okay. So first thing first, it is said that to find a factor using the constant term first. Why we are going for constant term? See, In factor theorem, I've already said you. Okay, if P of A equals to 0, if P of A equals to 0, x minus A is a factor of x minus A is a factor of P of x. This is factor theorem. This is factor theorem. What my point? This is factor theorem. Okay. So what I am going to do, since this is a cubic polynomial, I am going to take three numbers. In quadratic polynomials, we are taking A and B. In cubic polynomial, since there will be three factors, I am going to take three numbers. Let A, B and C are three numbers. Are three numbers such that P of A, first I'm going to write let P of x equals to this equation. Okay, x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Okay, so I'm taking what? I'm taking three numbers. A, B and C are three numbers such that P of A equals to 0, P of B equals to 0, okay, and P of C equals to, and P of C equals to 0. Okay, I'm taking such three numbers. From factor theorem, we can say x minus A, x minus B and x minus C are factors of P of x. Okay, I am taking three numbers A, B, C. I am saying that P of A equals to 0, P of B equals to 0 and P of C equals to 0. If this equation is satisfied, from factor theorem I can say that x minus A, x minus B and x minus C are factors of Px. So what I can do, I can write P of x equals to x minus A into x minus B into x minus C. Got my point? What is P of x? P of x equals to x cube minus 23x square, plus 142x minus 120 is equals to, I'm going to multiply this. I'm going to start multiplying this. This is x minus A into, first I will multiply this x minus B into x minus C. So this will give x square. Directly I am writing B plus CX plus BC. Multiple times we have done. Okay, now what? Now again x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. This will be written as what? X into this term x square minus B plus CX, okay, plus BC. Then minus A of, again this is multiplied, x square minus B plus CX plus BC. Got my point? So this is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. This is equals to again x cube. This is what? B plus C x square. X into B plus CX is B plus C x square. Then this is BC into x. Then again this is minus AX square. This is minus into minus is plus AB plus BC. Plus AC. AB plus AC x I am writing, and this is minus ABC. Again if you solve, this is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120 equals to this expanded form. What we are getting? We are getting x cube, x square term is A plus B plus C. See here one minus x square is there, here minus B plus C is there. So this will become A plus B plus C x square. Okay. Similarly, the x term we are going to add all the x term. This is AB plus BC plus AC. AB plus BC plus AC. I'm going to add, this is x term minus ABC. What my point? From this on comparison, see, ABC is equals to 120 you are getting. That is A into B into C is equals to 120. From here again we can find the possible values of A, B and C. For that we need the factors of 120. Got my point? For that we need the factors of 120. To find the possible values of A, B and C, we need the factors of 120. What are the factors of 120? Factors of 120 are what? 1, 2, 3, Okay, 4 is there, 5 is there, 6 is there, 8 is there. Yes, 8 is there. Okay, then what factors are there? Then 10 is there, 12 is there, 15 is there, 20 is there, 24 is there, 30 is there, 40 is there, and then 60 is there, and then 120 is also there. These are the factors. How many factors I am getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 factors are there. Got my point? So possible values, I am going to write possible values of A, B and C. What are the possible values of A and B and C are? Equals to plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, plus minus 4, plus minus 5, okay, plus minus 6, plus minus 8, plus minus 10, plus minus 12, plus minus 15, plus minus 20, plus minus 30, 24, plus minus 30, plus minus 40, plus minus 60, and plus minus 120. Got my point? These are the possible values. This is 16 into 2, that is 32 numbers we are getting. You have to check 32 numbers. Okay, so let us start. There is no other way. So let us start. Let us start with P of 1. Okay, let us start with what? P of 1. I have to check whether this is the value I am getting 0 or not. From those 32 numbers, you have to find one number that is equals to 0. Got my point? So P of 1. P of 1 equals to, we need only one number. From the 32 numbers, one only I have to check. If I am getting one, I have to stop. Otherwise, I have to keep on checking. Okay. So I have to find only one number, then we will go for my splitting the middle term, or I will go for factor theorem again for that quadratic polynomial, not for this whole thing. Got my point? So this is P of 1. P of 1 is what? First number I am going to check. Our P of x was, I am going to write the equation x cube minus 23 to x cube minus 23x square, okay, plus 143x plus 143x minus 142x, sorry, plus 142x minus 120. Got my point? So P of 1 I am doing. First P of 1 is 1 cube minus 23x square is minus 23 into 1 square, plus 142x is 142 into 1. Then this is minus 120. Got my point? 1 cube is what? 1. Minus 23 into 1 square is minus 23. Plus 142 into 1 is plus 142. This is minus 120. So this is 1 plus 142 is 143. And minus 23 into minus 22 is 120 is minus 143. This is equals to 0. Lucky. P of 1 is equals to 0. You are luckily, the first term that you checked was P of 1 and you are equals to 0. You are getting. If P of 1 equals to 0, we can say x minus 1 is a factor of what? X minus 1 is a factor of P of x. We can say x minus 1 is a factor of P of x. Okay. So P of x can be written as x minus 1 into some polynomial gx, where what? Gx is some polynomial. Gx is some quadratic polynomial. I have got my point. Some quadratic polynomial. Some quadratic. Px will now be written as what? X minus 1 into g of x, since x minus 1 is a factor of px. So now I have to find, now my next step is, I have to find g of x. Now I have to find g of x. So there are two ways. Of finding gx. Okay, there are two ways of finding gx. What are the two ways? The first method is by simplification. The first method is by simplification. Okay. How are we going to simplify? See, the common factor is x minus 1. Our equation is what? Our equation is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Got my point? Here in this part, in this equation, there is one x minus 1 is common. So I have to make that x minus 1 common. How I am going to make it? See, first term is x cube. To get x minus 1, I need, see, x cube x minus 1 into x square is how much? This is x cube minus x square. So I need one x square here. So x cube minus x square I need. So here I will get x square into x minus 1. If I take x square common here, I am going to get x minus 1 here. So I am going to write x cube minus x square. So 1 x square came from this minus 23. 1 minus x square came from this minus 23. So I am left with only minus 22 x square. Okay. So I have to adjust. See, minus 22 x square is there. Similarly, again, I have to adjust this 142x in such a manner that I will get x to x minus 1. How I am going to get? I am going to get separate 22x again here. 22x I am going to separate. So I am left with what? I am left with 120x. See here, if I take 22x common, no, minus 22x I have take common, I am left with x minus 1. Got my point? That is why I separated 22x here and I am left with 120x. So here I am getting 120x minus 120 as it is. So now what I can write, this is x square I am taking common, this is x square, I take common, this is left with x minus 1. Now I take minus 22x common, I am left with x minus 1. Okay, I take only 120 common, I am left with x minus 1. From this whole equation I am taking x minus 1 common. I am left with what? X square minus 22x plus 120. Okay, this is what? This is equals to p of x. This is equals to what? This is equals to p of x. I have written since, see, p of x equals to x minus 1 into g of x. Here this is g of x only, no, this is the value of g of x. Got my point? This is only the value of g of x. X square minus 22x plus 120. This is the value of g of x. Another method of finding the value of g of x is what? By division. By division. See, I wrote that p of x equals to x minus 1 into g of x. I need to find the value of g of x. So from here in this equation I can find g of x as what? P of x divided by x minus 1. This is p of x is what? P of x divided by x minus 1. So I will do that. P of x is given as what? X cube minus 23x square plus 142x. Okay, then minus, or it is given minus 120. X cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Got my point? This is p of x divided by x minus 1. So I'll do x minus 1. Simply I have told you, as in the previous lectures I have told you, that I have to divide this. So I will in the quotient I will write x square and I will multiply it with the divisor. So x square into x is x cube and this is minus x square. I will subtract this. This is minus, this is plus. Okay, this x cube minus x cube is 0. This is minus 23x square plus 23 plus x square. This will give minus 22 x square. Okay, so in the quotient I will multiply what? Minus 22x. If I write minus 22x in the quotient and I multiply it with the divisor, I am getting minus 22x. This is carry over. Okay, this is minus 22x into x is minus 22x square. Okay, and minus 22x minus 1 is plus 22x. I have to subtract it. This is minus will become plus, this plus will become minus. Minus 22x square plus 22x square is 0. And this is 142x minus 22x is 120x. Got my point? 120x, this is carry over 120. So I will, in the quotient, I will multiply with only what? Plus 120. Okay. Plus 120 into x is plus 120x. And plus 120 into minus 1 is minus 120. I am going to subtract. This is minus, this will become plus. 120x into minus 120x is 0. Minus 120 plus 120 is 0. So the remainder is coming as 0. This is the quotient. This is what? This is the quotient. Okay. This is the quotient of p of x equals to. So g of x from here, this is what? This is g of x. Got my point? This is the quotient. We know dividend. Dividend equals to, I have already told you, dividend equals to what? Divisor into quotient. Divisor into quotient plus remainder. Remainder is coming as 0. Remainder is coming as 0. P of dividend is p of x. Divisor is x minus 1. Okay, and quotient is what? X square minus 22x plus 120. Got my point? Got my point? Okay, so 120 is there, so I will try to avoid factor theorem altogether. I will avoid factor theorem altogether since 120 is there. It is a big number. I have already told you, avoid factor theorem when you are getting a fraction or a very big number in the constant term. Okay, so I will avoid factor theorem altogether. Okay, now we have to factorize. We have to factorize what? We have to factorize g of x equals to what? X square minus 22x plus 120. I have to factorize. Got my point? So I am going to do it via splitting the middle term. We will do it by splitting the middle term. By splitting the middle term, we are going to factorize. Okay. How we are going to factorize the splitting the middle term? See, I have already told you this is the g of x is written as x square minus 20 what? X square minus 22x plus 120 it is written. 120 is written. It is of which form? It is of form x square plus lx plus m. Got my point? This is of the form x square plus lx plus m. What? Where L equals to minus 22 and m equals to 120 plus 120. Got my point? On comparison, I can see that L equals to minus 22 and m equals to what? M equals to 120. Sorry. Okay. Now let us take two numbers a and b such that, okay, let us take two numbers a and b such that x plus a and x plus b are factors of x square minus 22x plus 120. Okay, I am taking two numbers a and b such that x plus a and x plus b are factors of. So I can write, see, let I have gx is this one. So gx equals to x plus a into x plus b I can write. Okay, gx equals to x plus a into x plus b I can write since this is a factor of this gx. Okay, I am writing, I am assuming gx is what? Gx is x square minus 22x plus 120. And this multiplication we have already done it numerous times. This will become what? X square plus a plus b x plus ab I am going to get. L I have written minus 22 and from here L value is what? A plus b on comparison I am getting minus 22 and a into b I am getting plus 20. Okay, one method is we are going to find the possible values. Okay, one method is find the factors of 120 then make the pairs. That is one method for splitting the term method. Okay, what I am going to do, I am going to find the factors 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, all the factors again. All the factors that I have written here again of 120, I am going to write again the factors of 120. Okay, then from there I have to make the pairs which satisfy all conditions, which satisfy both these conditions, a into b equals to 120 and a plus b equals to minus 22. So this is a hectic process. Okay, so I am going to tell you the method from where you are going to get the values of a and b directly. How we are going to do? We are going to use two identities, okay, that you have already read. We know a plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, this identity you know, I have already told you in the previous class also. In this video also I have already written this identity. A plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Got my point? A plus b value you know minus 22. So I am going to write minus 22 whole square. Okay, we don't know a square plus b square value. Okay, I am going to leave it as it is. Plus 2ab. 2 into ab value is what? 120. ab value is 120. So we can get from here a square plus b square equals to what? I am going to take this 2 into 120 as this side. So it will become minus 22's whole square minus 2 into 120. I am not multiplying it. Let it rest as it is. This is a square plus b square value is this. Okay, a square plus b square value is coming as this. Got my point? Now we know a minus b whole square equals to what? A square plus b square minus 2ab. We know this identity. Okay, a minus b whole square is what? A square plus b square minus 2ab. We don't know the value of a minus b. Leave it at its days. Okay, so a minus b is whole square is as it is. Now we have found out the value of a square plus b square. What is that value? That is minus 22 whole square. Okay, minus 2 into 120. Got my point? Then again minus 2ab is there. So minus 2ab is again minus 2 into ab value is 120. Got my point? So this becomes a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square is minus 22 whole square is 484. Got my point? And this is 2 into 120 is 240. Again this is 240. So this gives a minus b whole square equals to 484 minus 480. So a minus b whole square equals to 4. This gives a minus b equals to 2. Okay. So I'm writing it here. Okay. I'm writing it here. I know the value of a plus b equals to minus 22 from the equation. Now from the using these two identities, I found out the value of a minus b. A minus b is what? A minus b is 2. Got my point? A minus b is what? A minus b is 2. I am going to solve these two equations. Solve these two equations you can do. You are going to add these two equations. Okay. If I add these two equations, what I am going to get? This is a plus a is 2a. B plus b minus b is 0. Okay. This is minus 22 and this is minus 22 plus 2 is minus 20. From here I am getting a value is minus 10. Okay, a value is minus 10 you are getting. Similarly, if I put the value of a in the equation, a minus 10 plus b equals to minus 22. Okay, so b you are getting what? Minus 22 plus 10. So b value you are getting minus 12. B value you are getting minus 12. Got my point? A value, B value are got. You got A value, B value. You have written what? G of x. You have written G of x equals to x plus A into x plus B. Okay. That means x plus A is what? A value is x. A value is minus 10. So x plus A is x minus 10. And B value is x plus B. B value is minus 12. So this is x minus 12. Okay. Got my point? Now you had written the relation between what? You had written the relation. This relation you had written. This relation you had written. P of x. You have found out P of x equals to this relation. See P of x here. P of x equals to x minus 1 into G of x you have written. Okay. So I am going to write P of x equals to x minus 1 into G of x I had written. So x minus 1 as it is, G of x is we got x minus 10 into x minus 12. That is what? That is equals to P of x. P of x is our initial equation. P of x is our initial equation. P of x is our initial equation. Okay. P of x is equals to our initial equation, which is equals to what? That is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x, okay, minus 120. That is our equation. That is equals to P of x. That is equals to we are getting x minus 1 into x minus 10 into x minus 12. So this is the factorization of a cubic polynomial. How many pages? 4 pages I took to write the answer to make you understand. Got my point? So cubic polynomial, in cubic polynomial what you have to do? In cubic polynomial you have to find a constant factor first using the constant term. You have to find a factor first using the constant term. Constant term we know you do not have to write everything. To make you understand why we are using the constant term, I have done this. You do not have to write. You have to find what? We know A, B, C equals to 120. Okay. So the factors are these. Factors are 1, 2, 4. These are all the factors. The possible values of A, B, C are all the positive and negatives of these factors. Okay, 1 factor is 1, no. So possible values will be plus minus 1, 2 plus minus 2. Okay, all the possible values will be there. For each possible value, we have to check whether we are getting the value of the polynomial is 0 or not. Okay, if you found one number whose value means at that point the value of the polynomial is 0, you stop, because otherwise, see here 16 factors are there. 16 factors means possible values of a, b, c are what? 16 into 2 is 32. Okay, 16 into 2 is what? 16 into 2 is 32. So you cannot check for 32 numbers. You cannot check for 32 numbers. Okay, so what it is best? After you find the first digit number that is gives the value of the polynomial 0, you stop. So we found it at 1. So we stopped. So p of 1 equals to 0. From factor theorem we can say x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. From factor theorem we can say that this is from what? This is from factor theorem. Okay, this is from factor theorem. Got my point? So we can add, since x minus 1 is a factor, we can add p of x equals to x minus 1 into g of x. Okay, this is because since x minus 1 is a factor, we can add this thing. Now we have to find g of x. How we are going to find g of x? So there are two ways. By simplification. Simplification means we have to make x minus 1 as common in every term. We have to make x minus 1 as common in every term. Since x minus 1 is a factor already, we know. Okay, so this is x cube will remain as it is, but x square, to make it x minus 1, okay, to make it x minus 1, I have to means x minus cube minus x square is will give me x square into x minus 1. Okay, so from this minus 23x square I will write, means remove one x square minus x square, so this x cube minus x square, and remaining will be minus 22x square. Since minus 22x square is remaining, similarly I will remove plus 22x. I will split it into plus 22x plus 120x. Two parts I will split it. Okay, and I will take this x minus 1 as common. We are getting x minus 1 common. So we got x minus 1 common, and the remaining part is a polynomial. We are getting quadratic polynomial, that is x square minus 22x plus 120. That is gx. So gx is this thing. Gx is this polynomial we are getting. This is by simplification, or otherwise what we can do, we have written, see, p of x equals to x minus 1 into g of x we have written. So g of x is what? P of x by x minus 1. G of x is p of x by x minus 1. That is p of x divided by x minus 1. So we can directly do the division part. So we did the division. Like we did the division in previous videos, we did the division. We got the quotient. Okay, and the remainder as 0. We got the quotient and the remainder as 0. We know that dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Remainder is 0. So dividend equals to divisor into quotient. Dividend is this equation. This equation is the dividend. Okay. Dividend equals to px. Divisor is x minus 1, and the quotient we got is this. This quotient is only gx, no? Px equals to x minus 1 into this quotient. Quotient part is gx. Got my point? So we got the value of gx. Now we have to factorize gx. Gx is factorization of this quadratic. Two examples we have already seen of factorization of this quadratic polynomial. Okay, how we are going to factorize the quadratic polynomial? So again, this x square plus lx plus n form. Okay, so this L term, L is the addition of the two numbers a plus b, and m is the multiplication of those two numbers a and b. We know that. Okay, so I write that a plus b equals to minus 22 and a into b is 122. Splitting the term, we were going for factors. But here also see 120 means that same 16 factors you need. Same 16 factors you got. From those factors you will make pairs. So 8 pairs you will get. For those 8 pairs you have to check for both the equations. For those 8 pairs you have to check whether this first equation, that's addition equation, is validating or not. You have to check. Okay, for those 8 pairs. So this is a hectic process. So instead of that, we are using these two identities. That is, we know the value of a plus b, we know the value of ab. Okay, so we know a plus b whole square equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Okay, a plus b value we know minus 22. Okay, a square plus b square value we do not know. Okay, but 2ab value we know, because ab value is 120, so 2ab is 240 value you know. So from here we can find the value of a square plus b square equals to something. We found the value of a square plus b square here. Got my point? Now we know a minus b whole square is same a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, a minus b whole square, a minus b value we do not know, but we know this a square plus b square value we have already found out. Okay, and 2ab we know. Okay, So we'll solve it and we'll find the value of a minus b. A minus b value we will find out. From this equation, a minus b value we found out. We already know a plus b value and b value, and we know a minus b value. We'll solve those two equations. Means we'll solve those a plus b and a minus b equation. If we'll solve, we'll get a value. A value is coming as minus 10 and b value will be coming as minus 12. If you solve those two equations, you will get the value of a and b. If you got the value of a and b, we have already written that g of x equals to x plus a into x plus b. Okay, we have written g of x equals to x plus a and b. A value, b value. Substitute. We are getting the factor form of gx, and we know p of x equals to what? X minus 1 into gx. So you write all the factor form. This x minus 1 into gx factor form you write, getting the factor form of what? Px. This is how you factorize a cubic polynomial. Understood? So this chapter had been a lengthy. I knew that this chapter will be lengthy because there was so many things, and the factorization part, because of so many factors, the calculation part was taking so long. Okay, that is the reason why I knew that this chapter was going to be very lengthy. Okay, so I hope you like the video and you didn't find any difficulty in understanding. If you find any difficulty in understanding, please write it in the comment section. I will try to explain it in the comment section. Got my point? And if you see that I am saying things very slowly, I am going very slowly because see, not everyone is as intelligent as you. Not everyone is as intelligent as you. Some are a bit less intelligent, some are a bit more intelligent. They can get things very easily. Some do not get, they will understand, but they will take time. Okay, for those people only I am going slow. You find I am going very slow, it is better I recommend you that I will also add a banner that you watch it in 1.2 or 1.5 times, 1.25 or 1.5 times speed you watch the video, so that with your pace, because since you can understand very at a fast rate, with your pace your time also will be saved. Okay, and you will understand also very easily. So I recommend you watch the video in 1.25 times or 1.5 times speed. Got my point? I am going slow because some of the students, they take time to understand the concept. What if I write I can write simply a plus b whole square is directly like this. Some of the students will get yes what I am doing, but some of the students will not get. They will be how you are getting this part. So to save that difficulty for those students, I am going slow. I am writing each and every step. Okay, so if you need, you can speed up the video. Okay, and if you want to save the time. Understood? So this is the penultimate section. The last section, that is algebraic identities, is left. It is a very easy chapter. There is nothing much in that chapter. It will take hardly around 40 to 50 minutes to complete that chapter. Understood? So that is the last section of polynomials. Then we'll go for the next chapter. Okay, so if you again I'm telling you, if you find any difficulty, please comment in the comment section. I will try to reply and clear your doubts. Got my point? And if you like the video, or then also you like, so it gives me a motivation to continue making those videos. And please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell also. Okay, so that you are notified whenever my videos goes live. Okay, you will be notified. My video will be live for 4 days, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I will be uploading the videos. On Saturday I will be uploading the shorts of exercises. See, from now on, since the videos were so long, I have removed exercises part. Exercises will be separate in shorts or some separate video. In one separate other video only I will upload it in Saturday. Okay, this is the format now. Okay, so wait for the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for listening.